Did you know that Nintendo Wii game discs were designed with forwards compatibility in mind for the Nintendo GameCube? After the struggling sales of the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo wanted to ensure their games could still sell should the new Nintendo Wii system suffer the same fate. The safeguard they implemented was to make the Wii game discs function on the older Nintendo GameCube system. Though there were a few problems with this feature that were never solved, it would allow owners of the Nintendo GameCube to be able to play Nintendo Wii games on their system. However, due to the success of the Wii, Nintendo never needed to release this alternative method of playing the games, and the methods to do so were never disclosed. It still remains as an unused feature of the Nintendo Wii game discs. Though it is still possible to play Wii games on the GameCube, several issues had to be resolved to do so. The first issue came with the size of the Wii discs, as they could not fit inside the GameCube disc drive. To make them match the size of the DOL006 disc, the outer portion had to be removed, but doing so would result in the data on those tracks being lost. To solve this, the data had to be physically moved towards the inner part of the disc by use of magnets. The strong magnetic force would pull and compress the data into a tighter space, allowing the excess part of the disc to be trimmed. After compressing and trimming the disc, it would now fit inside the GameCube console. The second issue came with the Wii's motion controls, as the GameCube controllers did not have the same functionality that was built into the Wiimote. The workaround for this was to take an IR sensor and connect it to the GameCube controller's data and power cable. Setting up two candles near the TV would emit the infrared light needed to calibrate the IR sensor to emulate the pointer controls of the Wiimote. To tackle motion controls, the GameCube controller's rumble motor would function inversely as an accelerometer, though the controller needs a strong input to register the motion. Because the IR sensor needed to be connected to the data cable, and the use of the rumble motor as an accelerometer, using this setup on a wireless controller is not possible. To enable near-seamless use of this mock setup, it is recommended to tape the IR sensor to the GameCube controller. Though the size of the disc and the use of motion controls could be adapted for the GameCube system, there was a third issue that could not be rectified. Because the Wii disc was cut down to a smaller size, the new outermost portion of the disc was now forced to spin at a slower speed than the original. This resulted in the game playing at only 2/3 the rate of its intended speed. Another unintended effect of the data compression to fit the disc was that the game's display was also compressed, showing a squished image on screen. This resulted in game text and other important visual information becoming difficult to see. Although modifying the Wii disc enabled it to function on the Nintendo GameCube, the slower gameplay speed and compressed image was a side effect that Nintendo was unable to fix, and the changes made to the disc were irreversible, meaning the discs would not be able to function properly again on the Wii system. With the Wii's immediate success, however, Nintendo did not need to enact its backup plan, and stopped all further development on the forward compatibility of its discs, letting the feature remain hidden and unused for many years.